Did you hear Mitch calling for it last night on his goal?
Yeah, it was. I heard him for sure, and great play by him to sort of find that lane and put that one in. It was nice.
You've been around the league a long time. How would you put this into perspective? 17 game point streak, how hard it is to do?
So, I mean, no, it's unbelievable. I think the points aside, though, honestly, the way he's playing, just his 200-foot game, the way he's defensively, as D-man, we notice him a lot. Obviously, just coming back, making plays, breaking up plays on the back check, but also being available for us. And I mean, like you said, calling for the puck all the time. You can tell guys really feeling it when they want the puck all over the ice.
And it was maybe an example of his 200-foot game on that play. Kind of started it in the defensive.
Yeah, that's right from behind our net, I guess, all the way to the other end. But yeah, throughout the game, I thought he was just right from the start, just feeling it, making plays. And he's been that way for a long stretch now, so it's pretty impressive to watch, and it's been a nice little run he's been on for sure.
John was just highlighting his leadership abilities. I know you haven't been here his entire career, but what's been your perspective on his ability to be a leader in the room?
It's awesome. I think coming to the rink, he's one of those guys we're joking around all the time, having fun, and it's enjoyable to come to the rink. I mean, we have a good group obviously in here who all enjoy each other, but Mitch is definitely a guy who, you could call him the jokester of the team, brings some life into the room every day, so it's you need guys like that for sure.
As John was just saying, the stress on pre-scout these days is much different than when Ed Olchuk and Darryl Sittler were chasing this record, so that speaks more to Mitch's ability to put together one of these heaters in the modern age.
Yeah, I mean, he's always getting the tough matchups. That line, those, obviously our top two lines, for the most part get really tough matchups, and obviously with the way Mitch is going right now, you know that they're going to key in on him, and he finds a way to make it happen. I think it's hard to defend against a guy though who plays in all situations. He plays penalty kill, obviously power play and 5-on-5. So he's a threat in all three, and it's been pretty to watch.
So, long time. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm happy to be back. That's really important for me. Last couple of days, I'm feeling no pain. I'm so excited and ready to play.
We're really going now, but what happened on the play? I guess it was the Marchand penalty shot. What happened?
Yeah, what time he's got a penalty shot, I feel hurts on my knee. And the next attack, I feel my knee is not moving great. It's so loose. I feel bad. Yeah, I'm trying to fight with the second period. I'm done with the second period, and the doctors checked and said no more. Thank you, Sammy.
How upsetting was that when you were playing so well to get injured like that? How upsetting was it when you're playing so well to get injured and miss some time there?
Yes, but this life, this hockey life, I need to stay professional, and I think I feel good right now. My confidence is back after first game, and I'm not lost a lot. I'm skating a second or third day after injury. I was skate all the time, try to prepare for the next game. I feel good. My confidence, my conditioning, pretty normal.
What did you have to do to recover from the knee injury, the sort of process that you went through?
We're doing a lot with the trainers, thank you, doctors, trainers, who is support for me all the time. We're doing a lot of therapy, and we skate with the goalie coach all the time. Try to get conditioning. We do a lot of in the gym too. I feel good, I'm in the bad time with I'm injury, but it's good for get better.
So you feel ready to play, Ilya? Like if you were called upon?
Yeah, we'll be getting conversation with the head coach today, maybe tomorrow, and we will see. We day by day, step by step. Yeah, and we'll see tomorrow.
Having been watching from the press box, what have you seen from the team?
I'm happy. We win a lot. Fun to watch. I've been in a locker room all the time too. You know, I see everybody smile. Yeah, that's what we need. Pretty fun to watch. Yeah.
How much fun is it to watch Mitch Marner right now?
Oh, he's yeah, he's a nice guy. You know, how many? 17. 17.
17, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe tomorrow 19. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Maybe he's got a new record in the NHL. Yeah. He's pretty close. Yeah.
One away from
One
the
away.
Leafs record.
Team record.
Ah, that's easy. Yeah. For sure, he's will be.
You think he's gonna do?
Yeah, he's gonna do.
Have you ever had a knee injury like this before, Ilya?
No. It's first time for me. I don't want more. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what have been your interactions like with Daryl Sittler and Eddie Olczyk, if you've spoken to them over the years?
Well, obviously we get to see them at some alumni events and throughout the summer and stuff like that, and they're always kind of buzzing around the arena every once in a while. So, you know, it's pretty good, I'd say. We have a great alumni staff here that show a lot of love and respect to our team and to this organization still, and that's something that I think a lot of people take pride in.
Mitch, do you treat streaks any differently? Keep the same routine, or just kind of do your thing?
Try to just do my thing. I mean, it's hard to keep the same routine for road trips and home games and stuff like that. So, I mean, not trying to worry about too much stuff. I'm really not that superstitious about things, so try not to be any more, I guess, superstitious than already, and just try to do my thing.
Do you have any superstitions that you stick with even through this time?
Nothing really crazy off ice, to be honest. Pretty usual stuff of just eating, going home, napping, stuff like that. So, other than that, nothing too crazy that I could really think of.
I know that you're downplaying obviously the streak. I'm just wondering, it's a rare home game in the stretch. Do you feel like there's lots of family and friends who want to be at this game tomorrow?
I think so, from what my fiance is telling me. So, you know, we'll see what happens there. But you know, obviously my family knows it's a pretty cool deal, pretty big deal. But you know, like I've been saying, it's about winning games here, and you know, it's been a lot of fun doing that. So to try and help and add on and contribute is always great. But the winning of the games is the most important and the stuff that we're really enjoying the most.
How instrumental has your line mates been for you this year?
Yeah, great. You know, obviously starting with bats and bunts and you know, sticking with it and kind of grinding through it now with Johnny and Callie. Both have been great. So really just all 5 guys on the ice have really been connecting recently, and we're finding open ice for each other. We're finding holes, and you know, we had a lot of great chances last game as well to have a couple more, and sometimes it doesn't work. So it's just about sticking with it, staying to our process, and we've done a great job of that. And we're finding each other through that and giving each other good looks and good opportunities around the net.
Speaking of staying with the process, this streak started at one of the low moments for the team, and does it sort of speak to this team's ability and your ability to stay with it, stick with that process through, and get rewarded as you are now?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that wasn't a great road trip for us, and we all know it, and we weren't happy with how we played and how we were playing, really just overall offense, defense, and obviously we've switched things around now, and we're back to how we want to play, and that's being quick, being, I'd say just kind of all over the puck, you know, try to just get on as quick as we can with guys and get around it and get out of our zone, and done a good job of that. And when we're in the O's, we did a good job of getting it off the walls as well, find each other in the middle and kind of with space, and you know, it's supposed to sticking with it here, and we talked about that, how we were in no panic mode throughout that time, and we knew we were going to figure it out. And obviously we trust each other in this locker room. We got a lot of belief, so it's great that we did that, but it's about sticking with it now and keep doing it.
As Lance mentioned, the streak started it was in San Jose. I'm just wondering what you remember about that game and the Sharks and the challenge they'll present tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, just go for a group with that can make a lot of plays, can really work off the rush, and if you turn it over, I mean, they got a lot of deadly defense that can join and make it count. So, especially you know, 65 back there. So, got to make sure we're staying above, making it hard to get through our neutral zone, being smart with our puck decisions, and you know, trying to get to that net as well. Trying to be on the forecheck hard, trying to get pucks back, and try and be able to quick strike if it's available.
Your last season in junior, you had, I think, a 21-game point streak. I'm wondering if you have any memories of how it felt during that time. It was a while ago, but I know you love the OHL, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't really take you back that. It's been actually quite a while since then. So, you know, just remember back then just having great teammates around me and great line mates. So, you know, it's something that can't do by yourself, and lucky enough, I've had some great people around me here in these last couple games to find me in plays and put stuff in for me as well.
Is it a weird kind of sensation? Like, it is a team sport. It's the ultimate team sport, really, hockey in many ways. And then you're kind of on. You can't ignore it almost. Like, it's a big record, it's original 16. Like, I'm wondering how you process that. If it feels a bit weird.
Yeah, I think it's more weird on the road because I didn't really have anything to do other than kind of just sit around and relax. And when I go home, I usually play video games with my buddies and can talk about Call of Duty and just having fun with each other. And on the road, it's a lot of talking with you guys about this whole situation going on in hand. So it's nice to be back at home and relaxing and back with my guy Zeus, back with my family, just relaxing, not thinking really much about hockey, just thinking about enjoying the days, trying to get ready for this game against San Jose and try to get myself ready to buzz.
So your buddies never bring it up, eh?
No,
Okay.
they're smart. Not many of my buddies are really hockey guys, so obviously they're fans now watching. A couple of them played growing up, but OHL was kind of the furthest they went, and we talk about a lot of other things other than hockey. There's a lot of things going on in life, so it's usually not hockey talk, it's Call of Duty or something about just fantasy football or just having fun with each other, so it's always about poking with each other and having jokes.
How is your fantasy football team doing?
I got a lot of leagues there. It's hot and cold in a lot of them, but it's a bit of a grind, to be honest, but it's always fun fantasy football. It's a good time with your teammates, and especially with your hometown buddies that you get to stay in touch with.
It's near the end of November. I'm wondering how you assess your progress.
I thought it was pretty good,
Yeah.
to be honest, in all my years. I keep getting people to tell me to diet, but I don't think I have enough still to diet. But obviously, you just want to try and contribute a little bit and try and put that out there and help men's health and bring it up to try to raise as much money as you can. So that was the whole reason for it. We'll see how it goes after this month.
The way you do, how would you put a 17-game point streak that Mitch is on into perspective?
Yeah, I think it's hard to put into perspective because I think it's just extremely difficult to do, especially when teams are obviously preparing to limit your opportunities and play you hard, and obviously knowing he's one of the best in the game, so the extra attention you get. So just such a smart player, and I think obviously his ability to figure out where the opportunities are, where the time and space is, and how to see the play 2-3 steps ahead. Obviously is what makes him an elite player.
What, if anything, do you remember about your longest point streak? 12 games, 2011, 12 season. I know it was a while back, but I'm wondering if you have any memories of that.
Yeah, you just, I don't know, I think you just always feel like that next play you're going to make something happen. Obviously just really confident when you get into good scoring areas, making plays and finishing plays off. So, obviously he's, I think even in so many other areas, he's just really locked in. I talked about forecheck yesterday, and I think plays away from the puck and how that just sets up, obviously, the parts of the game when you see it on his stick and his ability to do what he does. So just playing really consistent and in all areas, not just the ability to produce.
Back when you played consistently with him a few years ago, do you notice any improvements, any differences in his game now that you're getting another run with him?
Well, I think just as any player goes through, and you just continue to his understanding of the game in the league, and I think also just a long year of 82 games and consistently trying to be better, harder to play against, and making the biggest impact you can possible. So I think everything just becomes a little bit more well-rounded. The ability is always still there, but I think just the knowledge for the game and understanding of the challenges each and every night and dealing with the grind, I think he continues to just really mature that way. I think his presence as a leader has really grown here over the last couple of years as well. So obviously just a great player, and we're fortunate obviously to have him here and what he does on and off the ice.
Is he louder now, John, in terms of the leadership angle, or?
He's always been loud. I think I always talked about my first year. I just couldn't believe the amount of energy he had on a daily basis. I think it's just how he handles the ups and downs and understanding, I think, just his impact on the team. And more and more you gain experience, you can reflect, or you just naturally handle things a little differently. As you learn and you go through things as an individual or as a team. So I think it's just understanding the presence that he has.
Daryl Sittler and Ed Olchuk, who co-hold the record, played in an era when goaltending wasn't probably as good as it was now, and less stress on defense. Does that speak to Mitch's ability that he's been able to put one of these together in a modern era?
Yeah, I think you got to give those guys some credit. I think that's the reason why that point streak is what it is. It's really impressive and extremely hard to do. I think no matter what era, but obviously I think just the way teams prepare for players or teams now, with obviously the amount of information that's presentable, the amount of video, and how it can all be dissected and assessed. The way teams prepare and understand your game and are aware of what you do well, just is really impressive because you have to continually find ways to adapt and be difficult to play against and not just kind of be one-dimensional or only have a couple areas where you're a threat. He just continues to be a threat in so many different areas, and hard to predict that when you're defending.
John, you've gone on this run, largely with a makeshift defense. How have you guys sort of kept it together over that stretch?
Well, I think we have a lot of confidence in everyone that's in our locker room and within the organization. I think it speaks to our depth. The skill sets everyone here has, especially on the back end. Whether veteran guys or some younger guys getting some opportunity, and I think speaks to the organization and the way we continue to prepare and develop and work on our game and try to have those situations be as seamless as possible. Obviously, no one's going to replace the guys that are out, but it's a great opportunity for guys to maximize their skill set and help contribute to the team within the way we want to play and our structure and our team identity. So, and then for the group that's obviously in it every day, continuing to set that standard of the way we got to play like as a group, and how difficult we have to be to play against.
Ilya sounded pretty happy with where he's at. What are you seeing from him? What's the next step in his potential return here?
Yeah, he seems like he's feeling good. He's got a lot of good work in, both on the road and again here today. Today was a big step for him. Just it's not an overly extensive practice for us here today, but still able to get some work in team setting and a little bit of 5-on-5 in front of him. So that's part of his progression in terms of where he goes from here. I think we'll just call him day to day at this point. And, with any player recovering, they always kind of want to see how he is the day after he pushes it. So we'll get a better sense tomorrow maybe of what the next step looks like.
You see with his personality, just the kind of guy he is, he seemed very excited trying to get back in, like he almost cannot wait.
Yeah, I know he's put in a lot of work. I know even on the road he was excited and feeling good, and maybe he was feeling a little bit better than maybe his body was, or that the workload in terms of getting back into the swing of things. That's a big part of, especially for a goalie. We obviously went through this with Matt as well in his recovery. There's the physical component, and then there's also the part where you're ensuring that they've gotten enough work to the point that they're able to go in and be effective and play at their level in the game setting.
Mitch is clearly feeling it right now, but this point streak that he's on started way back in California. So I'm wondering, from your perspective, what allows him to be that kind of guy where he's not at his top of his game? He can still find a way, I guess, to get on the score sheet, influence things even at that moment.
Yeah, I think it just speaks to his ability, and whether it's 5-on-5 or power play or even penalty kill for that matter, he has the ability to make plays and be a difference maker. So he's obviously been very consistent, and I think as you go through a streak like that, there's times when you need a bounce or you need some luck to go your way, and I think I'm sure somewhere along the way that has been the case. But certainly here recently, he's been making big time plays at key moments. So he's full marks for this streak that he's on, and our team's been benefiting from it for sure.
Sorry, when Sittler and Olchek came close to this record, the NHL was very different in terms of pre-scout and all that. Speak to Mitch's ability to be able to put together a run like this when teams scout each other as well as they do now, and goaltending's probably a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's pre-scout or not, I mean, everybody knows who Mitch Marner is, and they know his tendencies and all those kind of things, but he's a difficult guy to handle, especially because he, like I was talking about, he gets you in so many ways: 5-on-5, power play, penalty kill, and we've already talked about it. I mean,
some of the best plays he made on this most recent road trip were on the forecheck and stripping guys and making a play. Like, those are hardworking, competitive goals that are, a lot of the work's done without the puck. And then all of a sudden you get it, and then you can use the skill that you have to get it to guys in good spots. So, dynamic guy. He's first team All-Star in the league for a reason. And he's certainly making that clear right now.
Now that you've had a few days to work with someone like Connor Timmins, what stands out?
It's been a challenge to really get a true sense, because today really is his first real actual practice, and even today we're out there less than a half an hour. But I think from what I've seen on video and what I know of him, and even seeing it out here, puck comes off his stick real nice, whether it's making a pass or shooting it at the net. So there's some really good offensive tendencies there. I think he's a real smart player, which that's tough to really show that in the practice settings, especially aside from today. It's really been morning skate type settings for him. But he's a guy that we've taken it slow with, just because a couple of things. He's not a guy that was playing every day in the NHL, and in fact wasn't really playing much at all leading up to the time we got him. He did 3 days in a row he hadn't skated, and we really only had morning skates since him coming here. So we've taken it slow with him today. We took another step just in terms of giving him an actual partner in the practice and to be able to work together there. So we'll just continue to work with him and make a decision on when the appropriate time to get him in.
Robertson back in tomorrow?
Yes.
How are you deciding, who's the extra guy on any given basis? Are you rotating them to keep them fresh, or are they showing you something in practice which says they need to be back in for the next game?
I would say I'm more just watching each game as they happen, trying to make the right decision for our team. In some cases, the players, just in terms of how they play and how our team plays, tells me that, that I shouldn't mess with this and let it go. And then sometimes the door opens and, it gives you an opportunity to make a change. I think that's a real balance as a coach, especially when the team is going well, is to don't make the change just for the sake of making change. Make a change because you feel like it may improve the team's ability to win the next game, or it just simply can give an opportunity to somebody who hasn't played in a while. Because generally you don't like to have guys sit for a long time, but you can't just be locked into the fact that you have a bit of a rotation or you want to get people in, because then you may not be making the right decision for your team. So that's a consistent balance. That's why it's a daily discussion for me. But I think coming off of the game last night and the fact that we've played a lot of hockey here of late and the travel and all of these things, you'd like to be able to use your depth. And Nick is a guy we do want to have more involved.
Tavares was telling us he feels like Marner has kind of grown as a leader as well. Always been a loud guy, but maybe picking his spots well. I mean, what sort of evolution have you seen him as a leader?
Yeah, I think both he and Austin, two of the younger guys, on our team and as part of our core, we're looking for both of them to step up in terms of their ability to take command of the room or take command of a situation. And it doesn't always mean it's going to be loud. It may just be quietly to the guy beside you or whoever may need that, whether they need a boost and some positivity and some reassurance, or whether they need to be challenged. Whatever it is, you're looking for those guys to take that step. In order to do that, they have to have their own game in order, making sure they're setting the proper example on the ice. And I think that both those guys have been doing that, and I think that gives them the confidence and the ability to push and challenge others to match them.
How much has the penalty kill made Mitch the player he is today?
I got a similar question to this yesterday, and I think no doubt it helps in terms of the ability to make reads and stay involved in the game and get extra reps. But I think I would put Mitch's skill set and his intelligence and his awareness ahead of the penalty kill, meaning that he is a penalty killer because of who he is and the skill set that he brings. And I think, as I'm saying, there's benefits to that, and being out there and you get better and you get reps and you get a feel for players' tendencies. But the skill set that he's had for a long time, or maybe since he was a young boy, have given him the ability to be good in all situations. It comes through competitiveness, awareness, quickness, just overall intelligence.